Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons The Second Age. How are we all doing?
Good.
Ready to
Yeah, pretty
fight
good.
a dragon.
Woo,
Are we
baby.
though? I hope not.
Well, we better be.
Or I was gonna say, are
because
we ready? We're probably going
I was gonna
to.
say, yeah, like we're like as ready as we're gonna get.
So, before we get ahead of ourselves, who wants to take the moment to remind us of what happened the last time we played?
So, last time in Dungeons and Dragons: The Second Age, we had just finished a dramatic fight with a chromatic dragonborn military force that had been threatening a local village whose name I keep forgetting.
Nechaki.
That one. We just defeated their forces and basically pretty quickly got on to questioning the wounded. At which point, hearing his story and explanation of their situation, we kind of went, shit. Because, unfortunately, we have morals. And they're in almost as much of a sticky situation as the local villages. There are a bunch of people, most of them are non-combatants, and they're stuck in the mountains because they can't leave because of the dragon, and even if they did leave, they'd probably get set on, like, where would they go? They'll just get set upon by the Imperial military. Like, and it's not like they have facilities to provide their own supplies, so what else are they supposed to do? So basically we spent possibly way too long discussing exactly how we should get these guys out of here to a better location where hopefully they won't be brutally murdered for existing. Because that's what we're all about. Making sure people don't get brutally murdered for existing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah. So after that we went back to the village. Well, no. Kelariis and the Sira went back to the village to tell them to share the good news that we were victorious and we were going to be moving on to the fortress. They had a nice little celebration. Kelariis had a nice long chat with a girl who liked her. Ooh. Anyway, we moved on, and so after that we made preparations. Had our Griffin and Lyra assist in carrying the wounded who were not able to walk. We made sure they were actually healthy enough for the journey, and we took all three of them to back to their fortress, handed them in, and explained our offer. Luckily, the person who came out to meet us, who initially was expecting to just have to pay a ransom, knew us because he was on the ship way back on the coast when we dealt with the storm giant. So isn't that nice? It's always nice to meet a friend, quote unquote friend.
Definitely not a friend.
Definitely not a friend. So, a familiar face. Let's call it that.
An ex-hostage.
An ex.
We're not making this any better.
No,
That's
it's really
to be
going
fair.
downhill.
I just said a friendly face. Farah said ex-hostage. Anyway.
I wouldn't even call them a friendly face.
Shh, it's fine.
an acquaintance.
Acquaintance, sure. So, yeah, we explained our thing, and he was like, I'm gonna have to go talk to the big boss around here. I do not have that level of clearance. And so we waited outside the keep for even longer, until we were invited in for an audience with this big bad commander of the fort.
The warlord, yes.
The warlord. And we explained the situation and our offer, and he seemed interested. I think he was less interested in us in the offer than he was in us, just sort of generally.
I was gonna say, I think he was less interested in the offer versus us just like fucking killing all.
Yeah, killing 30 of his men, and also the fact that, you know, one of us was the legendary Greyslayer.
No.
That's honestly what he was more interested in. So hearing our offer and us offering to deal with this dragon, he was like, you know what? Sure. It's over there. And the way he sees it, it would seem, either we go over there and don't come back, which means we're not his problem, or we go over there and kill the dragon, which means like, hey, these guys could absolutely kick our asses. Maybe we should do what they say.
More like it's one less problem for him to worry about, but yes.
Yeah. Because, as was mentioned, them constantly having to hide from this dragon as it patrols at night is one of the reasons why they can't really leave. So yeah, after that we just set off and are now hoping that Arya's excellent navigational skills and complete inability to get lost, because it's literally written into a character sheet, will guide us towards these dragons.
True that.
Indeed. Speaking of
And we're gonna
which,
do something. I don't know.
as the four of you head up beyond the fortress into the mountains beyond, can you make me a group survival roll? So somebody make a survival check, and if anyone else is proficient in survival, you can assist.
Can anybody?
I'm proficient in survival, so
I have a
Nice.
+7 in survival.
I think you
Okay.
get to roll with advantage then, Arya.
I'll help you out. I think I'm not far behind, but it's
My computer went a little weird. Survival. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Nice. Fucking nice. Didn't even need
Very
need
nice.
help.
Didn't even need it.
So, Arya, as you make your beginnings of traveling up into this mountain pass, it is very difficult to navigate. This area is clearly not frequented by individuals traveling on foot, but you do manage to find a number of sort of various beast paths that you can navigate to make your climb a little easier. And shortly, like as the sun is beginning to dip behind the ridge line and the humid rain that has been falling pretty much non-stop since you started on your journey, is not quite beginning to subside, but has been sort of overshadowed a little bit by the mountains around you, so that there's you're a little less soaked through. Lyra pauses and begins to sort of scent the air, and your immediate response to this is there is. You are in the territory of a predator, just from the behavior of Lyra and the other animal life nearby. With a little bit more tentative climbing up, you begin to make your way to a crest among the rocks that sort of falls away a short distance and then like drops into like a short chasm just ahead of you. You suspect this is probably the entryway that Warlord Vivir warned you about.
I guess I just tell everybody to be on their guard.
Okay. So yeah,
Proceed with caution.
there are a few short trees scattered around here, but otherwise the area is fairly open. And there is a faint chill that just sort of hangs in the air that is a bit strange, considering the fact that you've been walking through fairly humid, like almost jungle territory for the last couple of hours. This crevice is probably maybe like 200 feet away from you, like across rough scrubland, and it's probably at least a good few feet in width, like maybe 40 feet wide and like 15 or so feet across. What do you want to do?
I guess there's no easy way I can see to get across it.
You could quite easily walk around it.
Okay.
But it is only about 15, like at the widest point, it's probably no more than 20 feet like open. So it wouldn't be terribly difficult to cross it at its shallower points. It just runs for a good length of this small like basin that you currently find yourselves in.
Okay.
Wait, so do we see anything down the crevice?
You are currently not close enough to be able to look down.
Hmm.
It's like maybe 150 feet or so.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this seems like a hole a decently sized creature might fly through up and down. Although I'm not sure how the output work, but
You have maybe an hour before the sun sets.
Well,
Hmm.
maybe not necessarily even fly, but at the very least climb.
how about this? We'll get a little closer, have a look, and can you cover the area with an alarm spell?
Um,
Or is it too big?
I mean, yeah. How big is the 15-foot crevice? But like,
Like I think it's 15 foot like wide at its shallower points and 45 or so feet, 45, 50 I think it is long.
yeah, I couldn't cover the whole thing then. But I guess if I could cover all the widest points, those would be the easiest places
if you
to
could-
exit.
Yeah, just the center, and then as much from that point outwards. Unless
Um,
anybody has a better suggestion.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty hard to miss if a dragon comes out of here, but yeah, an alarm spell wouldn't necessarily go amiss.
Yeah.
Well, that allows us to be slightly more at ease, I'd think.
Do you want it to make a noise or do you want it to ping me?
Probably just ping you.
Yeah,
Okay. I suppose we might not hear the noise over the rain.
actually, do dragons sense magic?
The
Can't
rain
remember.
is not that loud.
Oh, right.
Wait, did dragons sense magic? Do you guys remember? I can't. Or did we never actually?
Not in.
I guess we might not know.
Yeah.
I don't think
We
that's
never-
I don't think that's a thing that's ever come up.
Mm. And, like,
Well, I think regardless, it's gonna know we're here if we do something. So, yeah, let's go for it. Actually, before you start that, we should probably have a look in the actual crevice. Just from above.
Yeah,
Well,
just peek down.
I mean, I could help deal with that as well. And I'll produce Scarlet again.
yes. Sure.
And then
Wait,
use
like
the
you-
invisible eye in the sky.
Well, I don't think I wasn't thinking invisibility was going to be necessary, but you can
Mhm.
can send Scarlet ahead. Although invisibility, I'm not sure if invisibility is going to help.
Well, either way. I
But
need
yeah,
to be-
don't worry about invisibility. It's not going to make a difference. I'm pretty sure.
Well, either way, I need to get 100 feet within 100 feet of the crevice to even see through Scarlet senses, and then I need to be 30 feet away to put an alarm on the entrance.
Yeah, but that's like we first have a look, and then we just set up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
alarm. So, step by step.
Okay.
I mean, if you have to be that close, why don't we send Arya and Lyra first to look?
Well, that's only for alarm. I can be 100 feet away for Scarlet to have a look.
No, I know, but even for 100 feet.
That is basically as soon as if its speed matches the other thing.
I mean, how
I
far
guess
away, how far
it
away are
would-
we now?
150.
That like we should just be out of range of a surprise attack if the other dragon's speed is anything to go by. You know what? Like, yeah, you're right. We should just send Arya and Lyra ahead.
Do they want invisibility? Since they're bigger?
No, I think I'll be okay. I mean, we have pretty good stealth. I just don't want to use up all your spell slots, just in case, you know.
I mean, I have all of them. And I have a lot.
It's true. I always it's so easy to forget how many spell slots y'all have because I have like 0.
No, I have 0. No, actually, I guess I have 2 for the rest of my life for now.
I have
Yep.
2 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I've got 4 first, 3 second, 3 third, 3 fourth, 3 fifth.
Also, don't we have the same amount of spell slots, Luka?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel
Yes,
your
we do.
pain, don't worry.
Yeah.
Me,
Don't worry about me. I am loaded to the gunnels with spell slots.
Yep. But also, you shouldn't, like, use them.
Yeah, just for shits and grins.
Spell slots? Did you mean smite uses?
Wow.
Okay, to be fair, I have used them a lot more for spells since we lost our main healer.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also because I can slam my sword into the ground now.
Yep.
Boom. Get out the way.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we'll be okay. I'll just go with stealth for now.
Okay. Make me a stealth roll for yourself and Lyra.
Well, and then, like as they're heading up, like, well, just be prepared because we don't know if
Yeah.
it might show up early yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I might just send Scarlet for send Scarlet up for an aerial.
No, don't.
No?
Like,
Okay.
they've got good eyesight, so at least I believe
Okay.
they have good eyesight because they were able to detect Arya in the bushes last time or spot them.
Okay,
True.
so you and Lyra head out into the scrubby underbrush, battling your way through in relative quiet, considering how much undergrowth you have to push through.
That's so rude to the underbrush.
What? It's fine.
How do you know it's scrubby? It could be excellent.
It's scrubby because I created it. Yeah, you quite quickly cross the distance between you and the edge of this chasm, and you look down into it, and actually the chasm itself possibly doesn't go that much further down than maybe 30-35 feet. But the thing that you can see immediately is that as it drops away, there are a number of basically like small holes, probably none of them probably more than 5 feet wide, like pockmarked into the side of this this hole, that looks like possibly like weather damage at some time, or maybe at one point this was filled with water. And looking down into this the hole, you can see that like there are a number of like cliff nesting birds that are sort of like nestled into them, and like maybe a handful of bats. As you look down, like to the bottom of this chasm, though, you notice that there is a at one edge it falls away slightly more into what could possibly be a tunnel that is probably no more than 10 feet wide at the entrance.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Hold on. My character sheet is. I accidentally exited out of the tab, so my character sheet is loading.
I've done that many a time.
Hmm.
And it's taking forever for some reason.
10,000 years later.
Would you like me to just click the button for you while you wait for it to
Yes.
load?
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Would you like me to click the button for you?
There we
Oh,
go.
right.
14. Wow, that's awful.
That is pretty awful.
That's okay. Now we can blame Ferrous instead of
Um,
taking any responsibility for Luka's bad roll.
okay, so staring down into this basin, like the aside from the small clusters of animals that have are roosting in the pockmarks of this this small canyon, the larger, like 10-foot sized hole is it's less weathered. It doesn't look to have been or like at least some of the organic weathering from the sides of this on the sides of the rock has been lost, and it's much more jagged, not exactly like shaped or anything, but it is it's rougher around the edges. It's not smooth like you would expect from weathering.
Right. Suspicious. Can I get a little bit closer and see if I can sort of peer in? Just me. I'll leave.
You want to descend down the 35 feet into the chasm, or
Yeah.
okay. How are you doing so? Because it is quite steep.
Very, very carefully.
So you're just manually climbing down, or are you using rope, or what?
Yeah, I'll probably use some rope to attach me to the top, and then
Okay. Do you have a climbing kit on you?
I don't think I do. I think I
Okay.
just have rope.
In that case, yeah, I will let you tie just sort of a rudimentary because you have 50 feet of rope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you tie a little bit of rope to some of the nearby more sturdy stubby trees.
Also, man, whenever we go to the store again, things to invest in: a climbing kit and thieves' tools.
Yeah, well, we have
Yeah.
bought many climbing kits. We've just they've
They're
kind
all
of
in
just
the bag.
they've been used due to various reasons. They've expired.
Oh
Yeah.
right, yeah, we've used
Can't
them.
remember exactly why, but
I mean, one of them was
they're,
climbing into the living fort.
Yes. Yeah, because you never retrieved the climbing kits.
yeah.
Wait, what?
We just left all the pittance stuck in the wall.
Yeah, because you basically climbed along and then jumped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly concerned about keeping our kits.
Yeah.
You're fair enough.
It's like when you play Monopoly and you just start losing all the pieces.
Yeah. Either way, Arya does not have one on her currently, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you secure a rope. Make me an athletics roll. Okay. So with careful, practiced precision, you lower yourself and sort of abseil down this cliff. As you reach the bottom, you notice first of all the drastic change in temperature. it went from maybe like a relatively like warm and balmy temperature, which was almost uncomfortable for you, Arya, to a much colder temperature that you are more used to, being a winter Eladrin. It is probably like single digit degrees down in this canyon compared to like 20s, 30s in above in the like the forest canopy. That's in Celsius, by the way.
I figured it was in Celsius.
So yeah,
It's so fucking hot up here.
it is very warm. You are in the southern regions.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, the first thing that's immediately noticeable is the temperature drop. As well as the fact that the rocks underfoot here are very, very brittle. You have to take tentative like footsteps on the rock underneath you, because it feels like at any point some of it could crack and you might slip and fall. So you have to be quite careful on your feet. Lyra sort of like stares down, like looking kind of concerned at you, but sort of remains there and remains silent. And you approach this this hole in the rock. Give me another perception check.
Sorry, my roll 20 is like freaking the hell out.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
disconnected just a second ago.
I know. I was trying to reload to see if it would stop freaking the hell out.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
You just hit the button for me again.
Sure.
Sorry.
Well, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, second age technical issues.
Okay. So it becomes immediately obvious to you, like as you approach this thing, the outer edge, the roughness that you can see on the rock, is consistent in like in a like a 3-stroke pattern. Basically, something has like widened the mouth of it with talons, and appears to frequently climb in and out of here.
Okay.
As you approach closer, there is like even colder than the single degrees that you descended into this canyon. As you approach the mouth of it, there is an even colder breeze coming out from the mouth. And it looks like this thing it travels down a short distance and then either falls away or winds off downwards. It's difficult to tell without going inside. But the same pattern is sort of repeated, like something scrabbles its way in and out of here repeatedly on a regular basis. Judging from your hunter skills, there is a large predator that lives in this hole.
Yeah. Seems like a place that a baby dragon would live.
All the signs are there as well.
All the signs are there.
I'm sure this is totally fine and not going to be bad at all, but it's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's great. We're all prepared.
In my mind, there's definitely a fucking white dragon in there.
I don't want to fight a baby dragon.
We might not
I don't want
have
to kill a
it's
baby
fine.
dragon. I'd feel bad.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, it might not be a baby.
Yeah, it might be an adolescent dragon.
It doesn't make me feel that much better.
How about a toddler?
Teenage
no.
mutant ninja
I mean,
dragon.
same. It doesn't make me feel better, but also.
Why don't we convince the dragon that we're friends and then we have a friendly fucking dragon on our side?
Luka,
Oh
might
my
be a-
god!
you want to
Amazing.
ride this dragon so bad.
I
Yep.
do!
Wink.
Uh,
No.
We got
Vinny!
all
Wow.
kinds of dragons. What?
I do not think. I'm like. I'm sorry. I don't think Arya is kinky enough for bestiality.
Let's not even go there.
Yeah, let's not even go there. But
I like that this is what we would devolve into when like we get stressed about something, is
Yeah.
we just make awful jokes all the time.
What a-
I'm not joking about taming this dragon, though. We could all
We're
ride on it
stressed.
when it's big. Oh my god, we could all ride on the dragon. It'd be great.
We would also probably immediately get attacked by like 80% of the people who see us.
Yeah, for reasons involving it's a white dragon, so.
Well, no,
chromatic,
also,
so
not even that, but it's
fabrication.
a fucking big ass dragon, and nobody is gonna understand what the hell is happening.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Fine.
Well, like we just
Take
need
the
to just need to make it a big old tabard or some kind,
Well,
something to indicate that it's
if it's-
friendly.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's young
God.
enough, if it's young enough, maybe we can convince it that the morals its parents may or may not have raised it under are not good.
But like, I
Exactly.
think the thing is, we don't even know what we're dealing with, so
It's true.
you should probably figure that out in advance.
Also, we still don't know for sure if it's a dragon, right? Like, it could
That's-
be.
That's what I was trying to.
It could be
yeah.
a really big winged winter wolf.
Or
I mean, no, I was
wyvern.
thinking of like a wyvern or something.
Well, no, we've already said it's not a wyvern because it wasn't wyvern shaped. We've
Oh,
already
that's
dismissed that one.
Well, it could
Or
be.
well, something maybe
they-
not wyvern exactly, but it might not be a dragon. Who fucking
Yeah.
knows what else there is?
Yeah, there's
A
like
dragon-like creature that's not quite a dragon,
Well,
but looks a lot like a dragon from below.
Th-
Or
Th-
did the
Thesira did
There's a
say she
million
didn't
things.
think it was a wyvern.
Yeah.
right?
So
yeah, but like
Oh,
there's
yeah,
still a
Thesira's
million
with us.
other things that it could be.
yes,
So
Thesira is still
you know,
with you. I will remind you. Yes.
hold your horses.
Hey, Thesira, do you want to fight a dragon?
No. But anyway, oh gosh, I'm torn between like going in and seeing what's up
Do not go in the hole without protection.
or getting everyone else. I feel like getting everyone else is probably the smart idea.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go back.
Okay. Make me another athletics check as you climb back out.
That goes for you as well, Dave. Don't go into holes without protection.
Wow.
Don't go into hole.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to clamber out without issue, despite the steepness of the wall, the walls. You quickly return to your companions and tell them what you saw.
I don't know the best way to approach this. I don't know if we should like attempt to do some surveillance just like now that we know where it is. Like and get a better idea of what we're dealing with or what.
Yeah, you didn't actually get a look at it, right?
No, I didn't.
I mean, I'm pretty. You know what? It could actually be a decent idea to just wait for it to come out, have a look at what it is, and then intercept it when it's coming back.
Well, I don't know about intercepting when it comes back, but intercept it
Well-
at some point.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thesira nods and says, if anything, I don't think we should go in now. It only increases the chances of us meeting it as it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like no,
We-
we shouldn't head in. That's for sure. But
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we may do a lot of reckless things, but that's a little too reckless.
I was thinking if we can. Yeah, like I think we're best off just waiting and seeing what it is, and decide from there. Hopefully, we should be able to determine what it is from this. Actually, let's see if we can find a good hiding spot. Do we still want to set up an alarm? I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Although if it's silent, we might. Well, it shouldn't be long. We'll keep watch.
I mean, at the very least, I'd hope that one of us would see it, considering we are right here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. What if we don't see it for some reason?
Mm.
That's why like if we have the alarm spell, then we know something passed through.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't cost me anything to cast it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt.
I mean, it's the getting close that I'm concerned about.
Yeah. Also, technically, it's getting close for 10 minutes because I'd have to ritual cast it.
Yeah, I will point out, if you want to do this before the sun goes down, you don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah, like Arya spent quite some time climbing down, which wasn't quite what we intended, but like it's, uh, so it went all right this time.
I think the problem is as well, the sun's going to go down, and only two of us really can see reliably in the dark.
Yeah, we might want to find a place to make camp. I guess close-ish to,
Oh, actually,
To the scary frozen hole.
yeah.
Just because it's going to be dark, I don't suppose you have any more of those arrows that we had back in what's it called? Mardan?
Yeah.
Remember how we had?
Arrows are you talking about specifically?
You had some that like you had like some kind of fairy fire arrows, I believe.
The
Yeah,
glimmer
I have-
arrows.
I have 1 acid arrow, 2 holy water arrows, one alchemical fire arrow.
So yeah, you don't have any more of the glimmer
No,
arrows.
no glimmer arrows.
So I guess alchemical fire might light up the target a little.
It would definitely
A
light it
little
up.
bit, yeah.
For
don't
for
know if
about
it's
6
gonna-
seconds, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'd be very angry and coming towards us.
It's
While on fire.
Possibly
we
not
should-
the best.
We should perhaps consider see if we can get more of those glitter arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm
But-
going to go out on a limb here and say that maybe cold damage is not good.
Yeah, it was quite a bit colder down there, so whatever this thing is, probably.
Likes the
ill.
cold.
But yeah, we should. So let's find a spot to set up real quick. We don't have long.
Yeah. I guess yeah, we'll set up somewhere. And I'm gonna keep Scarlet out just because it's an extra pair of eyes that can look out for things.
Okay. So are you all are descending into the canyon now?
Wait,
Wait.
we're
No.
we're setting up so we can
Yeah,
get a
we're gonna
look at
listen.
the. Well, I guess if we
Yeah, I
think
guess we
that,
want-
like, if it seems like it's better to set up down there, but like I don't see how that
Mm.
makes sense.
No.
We kind of just want to set up
Well,
a place that I think.
So sorry,
Well,
I thought you were
once
still
we're done-
casting alarm. Where are you casting the alarm spell?
I think we skipped out on that because
Yeah.
we're just gonna set up camp instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
like
set up
from
camp and see if we can catch it leaving the chasm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
well, spot it,
Um,
not catch.
So give me another group survival roll.
Just like, yeah, does everyone have their master balls ready? We're gonna catch it.
You want to help me
Uh,
again, Minnie?
Yeah. Oh, well, this time I guess I'll help you
Wow.
because it's a team effort.
Okay.
Good. Glad you're helping.
I will always help Arya.
So to overlook, to best overlook the entrance to this potential lair, you find a patch of a thicket that you can basically, if the group of you sort of lie down in this thicket, you'll be able to oversee it for the majority of the entryway itself, not the whole chasm, of course, but you'll be able to see the majority of the entryway and anything that comes out of it. Make me a I guess yeah. Everybody make me a stealth roll. but those of you who are in heavy armor, you will not have the disadvantage penalty for this, because this is representing how well you're able to sort of hide in the brush, rather than moving quietly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not moving. You're just lying there. And we're gonna slap some like branches on you, so you're a bit less shiny.
Well, it's more like you're lying in undergrowth.
Yeah.
It's really not a great stealth roll for me, I will say.
Stealth.
It's okay. You know, that could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Could have gone worse.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
Nick
def-
did actually pretty good.
I can't believe double digits.
Me and Minnie got the same base roll.
Did.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you are all lying under the cover of this this growth. The sun slowly begins to set behind the hill or behind the mountains. Everyone, make me a perception check.
That's good. I mean, yeah, are our companions still making it?
Yeah, I also realized I probably should have rolled for like Tallithsyr and stuff.
Oh yes, yeah. Please roll for Tallithsyr and technically for Lyra as well. And
Does
they
Scarlet need to if she's just like if presumably she's just like right next to me. She's tiny, right next
considering
to
her size, I will say no.
me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's Kelariis? What are you doing with your griffin? Because you still have your
Oh, no.
griffin.
Yeah, I was just realizing that I don't I don't know, because on one hand it might be nice to have like another flying creature.
But on the other hand, it's large
It is a big
and not
Yeah,
great
boy.
at hiding, unlike Lyra.
But you can, but like you can communicate with it from like a mile away or something.
Just have him fly a mile away, and if
Oh,
we need
that's-
him, we'll call him.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I
You
mean, like could he just wait like farther back or something?
Yeah, you could have him wait
Also-
a decent
Tallithsyr.
ways away.
Oh,
Tallithsyr.
wow.
Decent
Oh,
ways away.
Tallithsyr.
But yeah, the griffin I think would, if anything, be waiting probably farther back than where we are, because it can also fly pretty quickly. Like it's got an 80-foot fly speed. It's pretty fast in the air.
Yeah. Okay. So perception checks from everyone, please. I've got one from Arya and from Grim, but I need it from everyone, and
yeah.
companions can make them as well. So
Okay.
that includes Lyra and
Fucking
everything
rip.
else.
Kelariis.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
Rip me.
Stop.
Oh.
all right.
Scarlet, no.
Okay.
Does the griffin get one, or he's probably too far away at this point?
No.
The griffin does.
Are you-
Yeah. If the griffin is staying far enough away to not have to make a stealth check, they do not get to make a perception check.
I was gonna
Valid.
say, they are eagle-eyed though. Eagles have very good eyes.
Yeah.
Not
But
that
eagles can't see for wolves.
No.
No.
Co-
No.
Contrary to Assassin's Creed.
Fucking eagle vision.
Okay, so you lie in wait, waiting for this predator to emerge. Night falls, darkness comes down. I suppose, yeah, technically everyone who doesn't have dark vision should also be making this check at disadvantage, but that's not going to make much of a difference. However, Arya, as you sit and watch this, your natural hunter senses sort of setting everything on edge. You hear a faint clattering of like stone on stone, almost so faint that you don't hear it. And then through the darkness, you see almost imperceptibly, like small movements from within the cave mouth. That is okay. Yeah, so you appear to be the only person aware of this. Even Lyra has not like perked up her ears or made any indication that she's noticed. As a small, very very bony white head sticks its snout out just enough to sort of like be able to like feel the rain, and looks around. Through the faint like edges of your dark vision, you can begin to pick up on features of this creature. It is definitely draconic in nature, but it appears incredibly malnourished. It is very thin. The scales on its head are like basically just outlining bone, essentially. Like there's very little weight to this creature. Which does seem to lend it a great deal of dexterity as it writhes its way sort of out of this hole in the rock. You see that this thing must be squeezing to get through this shaft, as it is almost like, even with its wings tucked down, it is probably the full 10 feet that it has to fit through. And yeah, almost as you're about to like indicate to your companions, this thing with a sudden burst of speed just scampers up the side of this canyon and disappears into the undergrowth on the opposite side from where you are.
And I'm the only one who saw this.
You're the only one who saw it, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess there's no real reason to wake anyone up at the moment. If everyone's
so.
Well, nobody's
Oh, no.
sleeping. They're all just sort of watching.
Yeah, we're all
We're
lying
just
in a line
lying.
under a bush, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
It's like 10 p.m. at night, by the way, just like for reference.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna tell everyone, hey, I just saw the dragon.
Oh, good.
It just crawled out of the cave, but it looked very underfed, like pretty much starving, and small. But it was
mean, I guess-
probably definitely a dragon.
That does make sense when you think about it.
And I want to adopt it. Just a
Well, if it-
baby.
It's a
So-
baby.
What if it barely fits? See, I was considering perhaps we can collapse the entrance a little bit. Perhaps maybe like if we can narrow it even more, it might not be able to fit. Or was
To
it like
trap it out here?
to trap it out here?
I mean, we could possibly do that. It did kind of have to squeeze to get through the entrance, so it's not. It doesn't have a lot of clearance. I don't know if we want to. See, I'm torn between trapping it out here and trapping it in there. You know.
Well, I guess it depends. Well, we need some proof of defeating it.
Want to
You know-
defeat it.
You know,
Well, like defeat is not necessarily murder or kill.
Yeah.
subdue.
I mean,
Exactly.
if we just close the entrance a little, I think we could still get in there. Like it's big enough for like me to fit through probably. Like if we collapsed it a little bit.
So you want to
Oh.
only partially collapse it?
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking like crush it or like fully trap it in there, but
Well, does it have another way of escaping there is the thing.
I don't know. Good question.
You know how we could know?
Go in there right now while it's gone.
Well,
Mhm.
where is it right? Wait, sorry, did Arya tell us where it is right now?
It went up over the ridge.
Yeah.
I don't know where. It's at.
As you are having this hushed conversation, there is like a scattering of like trees and undergrowth, like somewhere in the distance, like Arya, if you had to make an educated guess, it probably traveled a short distance and then took wing.
Okay. So it's probably flying away at this point. Or flying around, flying away. It's flying. So I don't know how long we have before it comes back, but
From the sounds of it, it patrols all night and then comes back at dawn.
yeah. So we
that-
potentially have a little bit of time here if someone wanted to go in there and like poke around and
Yeah, potentially we have
See
8
what's
to 12
going on.
hours.
So
I mean,
Yeah,
this is our
you
best
have
chance.
you have your teleport prepared, right, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Even plane shift.
Yep.
Okay.
Plane shift. What are you thinking?
Well, last time we went into a dragon's lair,
It was like a pocket prison.
oh, it
It was-
did
Right.
plane shift us, yeah.
we were in a different dimension.
Yeah, it was like a pocket of the Feywild, but
I will
here.
say I'm not sure this dragon is powerful enough to do that because if it's having trouble even feeding itself,
Well, the thing was, it wasn't the dragon that made the pocket plane. It was the dragon was imprisoned there.
oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
it was the prison that crumbled.
Yeah, so it's entirely possible that that's what's happened here as well. That it was
Well-
imprisoned and something's made a hole which it can now get out of.
You will.
This is all theory, of course. The only way we can know for certain is if we go in there, which I think we
I
should.
think if we go in, we will have several hours. We should have several hours.
Yeah.
In theory.
And
I guess we just need to be aware if it does come back early, and if
I mean, we can have an alarm set up
Mhm.
outside or something,
yeah,
Mm,
and then we could just teleport away because as
yeah,
long as
the
it doesn't find us.
Yeah. The exact entrance is much easier to.
so let's get you moving. We want to be quick about it.
Hey, Ferrous.
Yes.
If I had a stick from this area, could that guarantee a teleport back? Like,
Let
Is
me
it
look at
like a
the
thing-
precise rules for teleport.
because I think it just says a thing taken from the place within the last 6 months.
Well, like you would at least be.
Associated object. Where's associated?
Well, if you take a look
object?
around, you'd probably at least be familiar with the place anyway.
Yeah.
I will say if you take a stick, it will not necessarily guarantee you teleporting back to this exact spot, but it will put you back above ground in the local region.
Yeah. Mm, might as well, because I don't know how familiar I would be classified with this area, so I might as well take a stick.
Well, yeah. I would say if you wanted to teleport here, it would count as seen casually.
Yeah.
Well, like if you just take a few minutes, you can probably become familiar with this place.
Maybe. I mean, it is dark, and I don't have dark vision.
Ah, that is true.
I'd have to wander around with a light.
Well,
Well, I don't think it's gonna come down to it anyway. But
I would say you could spend an hour to carefully study this place and be considered very familiar.
Hmm.
I don't think we're gonna have to run from the dragon anyway. So let's just I was more thinking about it just in case something bad happened.
Yeah.
Can I ask quickly what everyone's passive perception is?
9.
I believe mine is 16.
Hold
No, 17.
Yeah, it's just your it's 10 plus your modifier. So
Yeah, no, mine's 11. The Sierra's is 12.
Mine is 19.
Okay. Good to know.
Today we find out. Sarah's better at perceiving than I am, which, you know,
Let's go down
honestly
a hole.
tracks.
Yeah, she's also more dexterous than you.
Well, yeah, Thalithsyr's stats aren't necessarily representative of her like actual skills, but yes.
Also, I feel like that makes sense because Thalithsyr is smaller than Kelariis, so
Yeah.
physically she probably has an easier time of moving
Yeah.
around.
She's also a lot younger. She's still technically a teenager, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But Kelariis is strong.
Strong.
She's here's the thing that I love the
Big
most is
buff.
that Thalithsyr is more charismatic than Kelariis, but I think that that's extremely fitting.
Yep. It's her youthful insistence.
Was Thalithsyr like actually a talkative child, and Kelariis was just like, I want to hit things, and everyone else was like fishing, and so she didn't have friends.
No. Kelariis is, well, I guess maybe not talkative, but she's like friendly, and she was a
Yeah.
friendly, talkative child. But Thalithsyr is also just Thalithsyr.
Yes.
Thalithsyr.
Like everybody just loves her.
Yeah,
That is true. Everybody loves Thalithsyr.
Thalithsyr, unlike Kelariis, is grand and idealistic and like is not afraid to voice those things, whereas Kelariis has been brought up to be little bit more reserved about what she says.
It's true.
I think I may have also influenced her a little bit in that direction, but you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Fine.
You are an influence.
Well, she saw one role model going out and doing things that everybody else told her not to do, and she was like, "Wow, if this one person could do it, I'm going to do it." But not knowing that that one person was like, "I probably shouldn't do this, but."
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
But what if I did?
It's like, no, nobody will know if I just do this once.
Oh, I love that mental image now. Like she's watched role models all her life doing anything but that thing. Then she sees one person do the thing. Like, well, I guess I'm doing that then.
Have you ever met children?
Yep.
Pretty much how children.
Yeah.
I've been a child, and it was more recent memory than any of you guys.
Yeah.
Damn. Way to pull that
Yeah.
age card, making me feel old.
Oh. To be fair, it was still like 10 years ago, so it's not that
Yeah.
recent.
Anyway,
And what a crazy decade it's been.
so you are all proceeding to scale down this canyon, then, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
Well, they are. I'm not climbing down a canyon. I will fall because I have -1 strength. So I have an alternate plan.
oh, you're going to levitate down. Okay. So everyone who is going to climb down, I need an athletics check. If you have rope, you can get a bonus. Or if you are using rope, then you can get a bonus.
We have plenty of rope, so
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think we have a lot of rope.
Okay. So I need athletics checks from all of you then.
Also, I'm going to put Scarlet away.
Okay.
that's a terrible roll.
It's not great.
Grim.
Do you want to do something about it
Nah,
before I tell you the result? No. Okay.
yeah, I'm fine with having a little blood there,
Thalithsyr, my girl.
Okay.
Damn, Sarah.
Damn.
if it even is.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna be at the bottom. It's fine.
Okay. So Elizabeth just hops over the edge and slowly like descends down on a breeze.
Well, it'd be more like she sort of like hovers awkwardly for a bit and then has to like shimmy herself downwards still, because that's how levitate works.
No, levitate. You have control over your up and down. You just don't have
Oh yeah, I
control
do
of your
have
left
control
and
of
right.
up down, don't I?
Yeah.
That's a good point. So I can just float down. Nice.
Yeah.
It's better. I'm just imagining how I do the Terminator thing. Once stood on the cliff, and she just steps off the side and like thumbs up, slowly disappears.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So.
I've never seen Terminator, so I couldn't comment on the.
You all slowly descend down this cliff face. Grim, about halfway down, the loose stone of the side gives way a little. You manage to catch yourself, but there is a very awkward moment where there is a clash and a clatter of stone like descending downwards, showering your comrades below you, but making noise more than causing any harm.
It's fine. No worries.
We just hear the vague whisper above us. It's fine.
Fine.
And the voice
Oh.
from on high said, "It's fine."
Okay. But yes, the 5 of you are now at the bottom. Oh, what are you doing with Lyra, Arya?
I think Lyra can set this one up. So she's probably just gonna stay where she is.
Okay, so she'll stay up and keep watch.
Yeah,
Secondary
because
watch.
Okay.
I mean, it would be a hassle to get a giant dire wolf down this cliff.
Well, levitate. But I guess it has been
Well.
used already.
Give me a quick perception check for Lyra. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Like, you rolled well. How inconvenient.
How inconvenient.
Okay, so
Something else is coming out of the hole.
as you all reach the bottom and are sort of taking stock of your surroundings, Arya, from above you, there is a low warning growl from Lyra somewhere above. And from the way she did it out loud, she's doing it to it was intended to warn you.
Guys, I think it might be coming.
Okay, everyone gather around. And okay, there's me, Arya, Kelariis, Grim,
Well,
and Tallithsyr. There's 5 of us down here.
There's 5 people down here, yes.
So
let's just run into the cave.
are you sure?
You have 6 seconds to make whatever decision you're making.
Let's just run in. I'll drop some caltrops. I've got 4. Why did I buy 4 bags of
How many
caltrops?
bags?
Okay.
4.
Why?
Why do you have so many?
I don't know.
Okay.
So Elizabeth, as you begin to sort of like frantically look around and do the maths on what it is that you need to do, Grim is already making hand gestures for everyone to move forward and is advancing towards the cave entrance.
Okay,
What are
I
you
guess we're
doing?
following him. I guess we're following him.
You're following him. You're not doing anything else.
No.
Okay.
I'll spread the caltrops near the cave entrance.
Okay.
The idea is to kind of have to squeeze through them.
Okay. Are you attempting to move quietly?
I will be.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess
I don't think it's gonna go
be
well, but I will try.
I'm just gonna rush. I'm just gonna rush because
Rush B.
Lyra howled, or no, not
Oh,
quite
she did
howled.
bark.
But
She
Growl.
she growled. Yeah.
It's not gonna make a difference at that point. At least not in Grim's mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. She did growl. Yeah, let's just move.
Okay.
It's a little
In
bit-
that case, only Arya make me a stealth check.
So I think I is the
Okay.
only person who could move at a decent pace.
Wow,
and be
I
sneaky.
really sucked that. God.
Yes, you did.
It's still better than most of us could have rolled.
Okay, so you all dash straight for the entrance of this cave. I guess everyone make me a Constitution saving throw.
Because it's fucking cold.
No, not because of that.
I think we're getting breathed on, guys.
Where's my...
Bollocks.
Jesus.
Wow. Good job, guys.
Guys, it's cold.
Come on.
Oh, the Sarah did alright, at least.
Oh, there. Okay, that
Okay.
showed up.
Okay.
I'm-
So, oh wait, that doesn't actually roll the dice I need. Okay. So, as you make a break for it, there is the sound of rapidly descending wing beats from above. This thing must have been circling just overhead, just out of sight. And it drops out of the sky like a stone, and the The 5 of you barely make it to the entrance as you feel a blast of frigid air just hit you all. Everyone who failed takes 44 cold damage, so that is everyone who scored below 15. So that is Elizabeth and Kelariis, and everybody else takes half. This is a con save, not a dex save, so your feet will not make a difference here.
Oh,
You're
no, I am
dodging
aware.
one, or Arya's one for that matter. So yeah, everyone except Kelariis and Elizabeth take 22 damage. Everyone else take 44.
How does that work for Thalithsyr? Does she just take
Oh.
1 point off of her?
Oh shit!
Or
Yeah,
do you want to just take care of that?
yeah. Let me check something in Strongholds and Followers, because there is a rule for AoE spells or AoE effects. It's supposed to be the number of dice worth of damage that you take, but if it's a spell or an effect, you do the spell's level. But I'm not sure what it is for abilities. Let me just check that real quick.
It's okay, guys. I've still got 148 health.
Wow.
Is that more than you, I?
Yeah, that's more than I have normally. I have 140. My maximum hit points is 140.
I mean, the thing is that ideally you're just not getting hit.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'm not getting hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
both of you.
Yes.
I
And-
mean, I still kind of have to be hit, because I have to be within 30 feet of people to fucking shield.
Doesn't mean you should be getting hit.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, it isn't. You've died like twice almost.
Yeah.
I've died once.
Yeah, but almost twice. Like the other time you only lived because you rolled like a crit success.
Shh, it's fine.
It isn't.
Actually, no,
fine.
because the
Kelariis
time that
was
we
right
were
there,
on the
it's fine.
shore is because I healed her.
Yeah, well, Kelariis was there. It's fine.
And the
Yeah,
other
but-
time I literally had to resurrect her.
No,
Yeah.
no,
not
like
resurrect,
no, on the
revive,
shore
but-
she rolled a nat 20, so she got back up again on 1 hit point.
Yeah.
But I think she
Ferrous
went
was still
down right
there.
after that, and then I
And- yeah,
healed her?
Yes, but if she hadn't like
Ah.
gotten up at that point, she
I
would
see what
most
you're saying.
likely have been hit
Oh,
again by an
um,
AoE and died.
Can you roll me another con save for Thalithsyr, please?
Another one?
Yes.
All the con saves?
Fucking rip.
Okay.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's bad.
So
Pretty bad.
technically,
Let's go-
technically from this she takes 5 health levels of damage.
Oh,
That's bad.
Wow.
that's
okay.
really bad.
How many does she have?
7.
She's 7.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
If,
really
if that
bad.
if that had hit Sadani, it would have killed her.
Oh my
God.
god.
Man, but like she succeeded as well. God. Oh well, I guess
Yes.
not the second time. Never mind.
Well, no. The second one is just whether she gets damage mitigation from being a retainer.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. So if I edit that on her sheet, will that fuck up her thing?
It shouldn't do. Let me. Actually, you know what? I'll just drag her token in. You can edit it on the token.
Okay.
There
There
you go.
I guess for the purposes of healing her, how does that work then? Because I know it's a little different.
It's
shit,
one
right,
it's
the last time.
one health level per dice that you expend.
Yeah, but-
Okay, so for lay on hands, how does that work?
Yeah.
Is it just per 5, 10?
Let me
Like,
just
well,
go-
considering it's per level and you get 5 per level, I guess it's 5 per hit point.
Sure.
That seems the most reasonable math that I can do.
uh,
Which also like 5 times 5, 25 damage for a successful save. It's about the same.
Yeah,
uh,
kind of checks out.
Interesting. It says presence of abilities like lay on hands can recover some damage, just not enough to recover health levels.
Oh, so just you can't heal.
Yeah, I'll think on that for the moment, but yeah, let's deal with the imminence of the moment first.
Yeah.
Let's deal with the fact that we've all just been breathed on by a dragon.
Yeah.
Because we're idiots and didn't think that maybe the first thing the dragon does was make sure its
Well,
home was
like
safe
I
before it
I
left.
kind of assumed that we'd be able to see like the distance the dragon can fly.
Not when it's pitch black. You can't.
Yeah.
Also, it rolled a 20 on its stealth check.
Ooh, that's high stealth.
Dragons are stealthy, which is terrifying. Also, all it has to do is fly 60 feet up, and it's impossible for us to see it because it's in the pitch black.
Yeah. So,
Because none of us have dark vision far enough to see it.
yeah. So you all make it inside you dive inside of the mouth of the cave. This thing hits you like a wave. You all sort of like turn to face, like preparing to be like attacked again by this creature, and nothing.
It's gone?
Well, it doesn't pursue you into the mouth.
Okay.
As to whether or not it's gone, you're gonna have to make a check to find out. Or
What kind of
look.
check?
I mean, yeah, could we like hear wing beats?
I mean, yeah, but perception check. You can make a perception check
Yeah.
to see if you can determine if it's still there.
Yeah, I want to make a perception check.
Go for it. Anybody who wants to, make a perception check.
Whammo.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any harm in trying to listen to see if we can hear it.
Yeah.
Not that it fucking matters because Elizabeth already rolled, but I'm going to roll anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
well, like I'm just going to suggest that we keep on going in, not trying to slow down too much.
Yeah. Okay. So Grim, you're already backing away. Elizabeth and Arya, Elizabeth, Arya, and Kelariis pause for a moment, and there are definitely heavy footfalls on rock and like the beating of wings. This thing is out there like circling the entrance to the cave, but it is not following you in.
I mean, I imagine falling within here would put it at a disadvantage because it can't move as freely. So that
Correct.
makes sense.
It would take up the majority of the space in here. It would have to squeeze into the space to be able to face you.
Yeah, exactly. There's my two thoughts. Either it knows that it would not be able to move properly if it tried to chase us, or it knows there's something else in here.
I mean, I would think that it's more of the movement, but we don't really have any reason to believe there's anything else in here.
No.
Yeah, it is definitely waiting for you to come out rather than coming in.
Just out of curiosity, how far approximately would it be from here to up on the flat surface, like where it probably is walking?
It's walking around at the top of the canyon above you, like walking around on the edges of the canyon. So it is 35 feet, I think I said, up at most points. It's between 30 and 35 feet above you.
Okay. So I probably could have worded that better. Is it within 500 feet? The answer seems to be yes. So that was my question. That was really my question. If we wanted to take the fight out there to it, I can take somebody else with me up there. And we can hopefully distract it long enough that everybody else can get out of here.
I feel like that's...
It's an option, but I'm not necessarily saying that's what we pursue.
The point was teleportation, but let's see what's in here before we go.
Alright. Is everybody okay? Reasonably okay.
We're in a rush.
Yeah, like Grim is already moving. Tallithsyr is like following after him, but like she is like covered in like a layer of frost. Like her head and back is covered in like a layer of frost. Like her teeth are like visibly chattering. She doesn't look great.
I guess then we'll keep moving, but we should do something about that.
Yeah, she's in like currently just in cold shock, basically. Like she jumped into a freezing pool. Grim, as you are like getting deeper and deeper into this thing, you can see that this thing path does indeed like curve down, and it even like narrows again a small amount. Not enough to impede you and your companions, but like this thing is definitely a tight squeeze for the dragon.
First, before we get too far, could I cast Aura of Vitality and kind of just like basically heal us as we go down? Like, I obviously have to choose somebody like per the 6 seconds.
Yep.
But I figure I may as well make some use of the time that we have.
Yes.
It's a concentration, and I can't hold it as well, like in battle.
Yep.
That one works on Tallithsyr as well, I believe.
It does because
it heals with hit points.
It heals dice.
Sorry, hit
so
die.
yes.
Yeah.
Dice.
It does do 2d6, but I don't know if it counts like per her hit dice or if it's like just any die that would be used for healing. if that's how it
it's per dice of healing.
Okay,
So
so
it deal 2 hit
it
points.
does actually do like 2 of
Yes.
the levels of thing. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I guess would we be walking for the full minute then? Or uncertain at this point?
Uncertain at this point. I will say for at least 30 seconds you can do it.
Okay. Let me divvy that up in my head then.
And that's 5 uses, so...
Yeah.
Well, I feel like what you should do is give people priorities in your head, and we'll just go down that list as we go in. Then you don't have to think about how long it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the 4 of you quite like briskly like quite briskly sort of like jog down this thing, like being careful underfoot, as like actually it is quite slippery here. The rock is quite brittle, and it is the coldness in here not only has made it more brittle, but it is like beginning to get icy around this cave entrance. Until you've travelled far enough to the point where you can no longer hear the rainfall outside. As you like descend down a bit, Grim, this thing starts to level out, and then as you get like,
I just want to point out, like, if we like can't hear anything anymore, like not even the rainfall, I think we'll take like it will take like a few seconds to communicate.
Okay, yeah,
for everybody to catch up.
You get far enough in that you pause, you catch up,
Okay.
You pause basically a short distance. It's very, very dark in here now. Those of you who do not have dark vision can see your hand in front of your face, and that's about it. Well, actually, no, you probably can't even see that at this point, because you've gone down. There is no longer like ambient light.
I'd like to make a dagger light then.
Okay, you make a light. Anybody else?
I'm gonna sword light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as people are doing that, I'm gonna say, well, just we should be aware there's a good chance that there is still something.
It's 20 foot, 20 foot for your lights, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean at that Elizabeth would just like be like, well, yeah, but I can quickly sheath it, and that'll make the light invisible.
No, I wasn't about the lights. It was just as a heads up, because
oh yeah, true.
It could worst case, it's staying out the whole night because it doesn't want to deal with whatever's inside. But it could also just be that it's hunting fairly unsuccessfully, as it might seem.
So as you are having this conversation, Kelariis, go ahead and award your health to people, because it's been your whole minute.
Okay. Okay. Let me just do it this way. So Tallithsyr will get all of the things. I'm gonna roll for Arya 3 times, Grim twice, and myself twice. Sorry, Elizabeth, but
Okay.
hopefully you have enough shield that you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also the Grim and I have to go up and fight close, and we don't get the luxury to stay back. So,
speaking of, I will probably cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, you cast Mage Armor yourself. Fine.
So I'm just gonna roll them in groups for people, just to make it a little easier. I'm gonna double check it. I think it's 2d6, but let me just double check.
I believe so.
Actually, now I think about it, casting Mage Armor and therefore giving me my ward has basically re-healed everything apart from 1. Because my shield is 43.
Oh, that's too many d6s. Okay, so that's for Arya.
But then again, the shield is also for you guys, so... It's fine.
That's for Grim. Sorry, Grim, that's not a lot.
So,
That's
you just
more than
told me
enough.
Yeah, you literally healed all of Arya's damage.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Exactly.
Down to the
Great.
exact
All
number.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm barely injured anymore, even despite the.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I guess
Tallithsyr
it's
should get
still
all
like
those
14
back.
points of damage, but
It's a little bit of overkill on Tallithsyr, but you know what? That's worth it.
Yeah,
I figured Elizabeth with like ward and stuff would be okay. So
Yeah. Well, as was pointed out, I still have more current hit points than Arya, even after being healed. And yeah, I just gained a 43 HP ward.
Okay.
Although ideally I'll be using that on you guys as well, but yeah.
So, yeah. So, as the Kelariis, you feel the spell subside. Everyone else, you sort of you feel the healing effects. You're striking up this conversation talking about tactics. When two things happen, basically. Well, one is a thing that happens subsequently to the first thing. You feel as much as hear a bellowing roar that echoes down the tunnel in the direction that you've come. In the enclosed space, it is a lot louder than you would expect. And then you all sort of jump to attention as this happens. You hear clattering stones begin to fall from the rock around you, which sort of clatter away into nothingness. And in the now lit light of Elizabeth's dagger and Kelariis' sword, Grim, you take quick stock of the situation and notice that the place where you'd stopped, the tunnel begins to slope down again, but much more steeply this time.
How's the roof? Is it it's still narrow here, right? Or still dragon squeeze?
Yeah, it's still dragon squeeze levels. Yeah.
Dragon squeeze levels.
Dragons.
Are you doing anything?
Well, did I actually get to disperse the caltrops before, or did I not?
Yeah, you did, which is why it isn't which is aiding in it not immediately pursuing you.
Yeah, okay. Well, just
Maybe it's
making
also
sure
why
that
roared,
it
because
actually
went to follow
happened.
us and stood on a caltrop and was like, ah, fuck.
Well, I don't want to. If one thing I never want to have to do is crawl through caltrops, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah, let's not do that ever.
Caltrops are horrifying enough as is.
So we should probably try and keep up pace a little.
Is it sloping downward enough that we have to climb down, or it's just a pretty steep?
You look down and there is maybe a good 20 feet or so that you would probably need to climb down, possibly with assistance. And there's very little to secure a rope to here.
That's bad.
Well, we have we have 2 grappling hooks.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I know. I can't remember that we bought why did we bought them for climbing aid, but we never actually used them.
That sounds like us.
Yeah, that honestly sounds.
We make occasional use of the grappling hooks, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, we have used them before to great effect actually.
Yeah, we toss them across a gap.
Yeah.
And then boom,
but
little rope bridge.
We could use it to anchor a rope.
I mean, I guess the question is, do we want to be trapped down there, not knowing what else there is?
Well, we're just as trapped up here as down there.
Fair enough. Let's go then, if we're gonna go.
Yes.
As long as someone's ready to catch me if I fall. How far is it?
20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not awful.
I would almost jump it, but
it's enough to hurt you if you jump it.
Yeah, that's why I said I would almost jump it.
It's but I'd rather conserve hit points right now.
If it was 15 feet, fuck it.
In character, it's more I might sprain an ankle, or or...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go then, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I hope that, we can secure it a little.
As you are climbing, I will say that you can find a way to secure it. Climbing with assistance, give me athletics checks with no modifiers. Or no, external effects.
I'd like to go. I'm gonna go last.
Grim makes it down. Kelariis makes it down.
What the fuck?
Tallithsyr makes it down. Arya makes it down.
Nice, Arya.
There it is.
Elizabeth, as you're getting over the edge, holding onto the rope is very difficult, and you slip. What are you doing?
Is the handholds in the slope?
Nope.
Maybe steady myself. No. Okay.
Well, I guess we like 20 feet. We can kind of catch. They did warn us. So.
I did ask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah,
Right, I guess.
you slip and fall. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'm slightly better at those.
Okay. I'm gonna say you take half of this. You are caught by your companions, but you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
You know, that could have been a lot worse.
Yes.
Well, like I'm just like I've done this. I've made such jumps in real life. Well, maybe only twice, but like.
She's gonna slide
Yeah,
back
but
'cause she lands on
you
someone's
weren't trying to climb down, and you didn't like then slip and fall like immediately downwards.
Yeah. No, but I mean I've just jumped off. 20.
Yes, but that's a prepared fall, not a unprepared fall.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like Elizabeth would have
I
landed
mean,
flat
the
on the
idea of
back.
you jumping from 20 feet up kind of scares me for some reason.
Oh well, like it was just we climbing a building, but that's fine.
That doesn't make it less scary, but okay.
Also, it's less distance from Minnie because he's taller.
Oh yeah,
That's
Sure.
that's how that works.
That's how physics works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally how that works.
Definitely how physics works.
It's not how cats, which are really small, can actually survive drops from much greater heights.
Yeah, but that's cats.
Yeah, cats are just. We don't talk about cats in relation to physics. They don't.
Yeah.
it does
Cats
not-
are always the weird exception. Like,
Cats-
what do they do?
Cats do not physics
Yeah.
good.
Because
No,
everyone,
cats physics excellently. They just defy all the rules.
yeah,
True.
everyone knows if you strap the buttered side of toast to the bottom of cats' feet, you create a perpetual motion generator. Because cats always land on their feet, but toast always lands butter side down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually saw a tweet recently. One of the people I followed found out that applies to pizza as well. It's always topping side down.
Yeah.
It
And he
is.
just posted this really sad picture of pizza topping side down on the floor. But yeah. Better than think Elizabeth just like takes a moment and is like, thanks guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. You proceed a distance onwards that slopes down again a small amount before like slowly begin like snaking through a couple of columns and then opening out into a larger space. As you descend down here, you all can see your breath in front of your face. You are at sub-zero temperatures at this point.
Does that mean a ninja's gonna jump out of the wall at any point?
No.
Good.
And so, tell me if you can see this properly.
I can't see shit.
Well, let's
You
see if
are
characters
you are
here.
over
Yeah,
here.
there it is.
Now I can see
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's always like
Um,
black screen. Let's
you're
check the entire black screen.
Yeah.
There are no vision blockers in the walls because this map is too big for me to individually draw all of the vision blockers.
You know
Oh,
what?
fair
Fair.
enough.
Ice, baby.
Sorry,
I love how
I may
I
have
was like,
missed. How high is the ceiling in this?
Well, I haven't described it yet.
Ah, sorry, I thought I
Okay.
missed it.
No, I haven't described the room yet because we've been too busy.
So as
Find
this
that
as this opens out into what is essentially like actually I can show you an image that describes it slightly better.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, checks out.
So you enter into a cave system it is a rock cave system, but the entire like insides of this place are plastered with ice, frost, and a faint dusting of snow. Down here it is far colder than it should be. Like underneath the mountain is cold, but it is artificially cold down here. So yeah, if I take you back to this open map, the ice sheet you see here in front of you is exactly that. It is a sheet of ice, probably at least a handful of inches thick, that looks incredibly precarious to like walk on. And this stuff is almost everywhere that you look in this cavern.
Precarious is in you're likely to fall over, or precarious is in you're likely to fall through it?
Not fall through it, because you can sort of see the dirty rock underneath it. It is an ice sheet that like runs over the top of it. It's basically like black ice, essentially.
Cool.
Ooh, slippery.
It is very slippery. I will say if you make any attempts to walk on it, it is difficult terrain for the purposes of moving and not falling flat on your ass.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The ceiling of this cavern is it is not huge, but it is definitely large. Like think a large cathedral sort of height. The dragon probably doesn't have much issue moving around in here and can probably even fly in here. It is pitch black in here, with the exception of your own personal lights, of course.
You don't think maybe the dragon's just gonna like... Do you think he's just gonna like stay outside and stop us leaving, or do you reckon they're gonna try and follow if they think that we've ventured too far into here?
Well, just let's see what's in here first. I suggest we kind of stick to the edges.
That sounds better.
What, like... Oh, like, yeah.
Try not to talk too much, although I guess we have a light.
I will say, with the frozen walls of these caverns, the sound doesn't echo as much down here, but it definitely echoes further than your torchlight goes.
But so does the clanking of...
Yeah, so does the clanking of two people in plate armor walking around.
Yeah, probably more than our voice could ever...
Yeah. Fucking rip us, I guess.
So do I get to ignore the difficult terrain here?
Because of your ranger features.
Yeah.
It's all naturally occurring difficult terrain, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, yes. Then.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Also, these bits are walkable. I'm assuming they're just like pebbly, rocky bits, or are these like impassable rock bits? Like
yeah. So where you can see the brown texture, it is impassable. Where you see like the rubbly debris, it's like it's loose. It's just like loose debris that you would find in a cave, like fallen stalactites, like the same like brittle like slate like stone is just sort of like filling this entire cavern.
Right. Okay. But like it's
Oh, yeah.
passable, just not like I see.
I'll come back.
Yeah, well, you can stay a little. You can go a little off, but like we need to be able to see you, preferably.
Oh, could you not see me? Sorry.
I couldn't see you at all. No.
Yeah, because you walked off into the darkness.
It's difficult for me because I can basically go anywhere, and also I have night vision. So
Yeah, no, I
night
could
vision.
still see you, but you were slowly fading away. So I was like, I'm gonna call you back.
It's very funny because I have to fucking. Is this how Arya feels all the time managing like two
Yep.
tokens?
Yeah,
Just fucking I'll move
you-
one
you-
and then
you-
move the other.
You can select both of them and just move them at the same time for a bit.
Yeah, but
So-
there's no wall blockers in here, right?
There are no wall blockers, yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. So that's actually probably fine.
We should probably also shouldn't have Elizabeth in the lead, as she cannot actually see into the dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh,
I mean, I can see
yeah, that's a
pretty
thought.
well. I can see pretty far ahead of us, and there's nothing ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you move up into this section up
Arya.
here, by the way, up here it looks like there's a lot less of like the frozen ice, and it looks like this almost goes like is beginning to like go back up again. It looks like it might be another way through these underground tunnels. Over here, you notice that there is basically like a large like icicle overhead has like sort of like broken off and like fallen down and shattered, and there's just left like chunks of ice like slowly like pooling on the ground where it's touching the rock.
Where?
Over here.
I don't see anything happening.
Where's he pinging?
I'm pinging.
Yeah, where's-
Oh, I'm probably pinging on the wrong layer. Hang on.
Yeah, ping us
Yeah,
on
there you
the-
go.
There we go.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah, that's better.
I think I found what looks like the entrance to another tunnel.
Well, you can't see it from where you're standing, but yes.
Yeah.
If you proceed up and around, yes, there does appear to be an entrance into a tunnel that's again proceeds to like slope up slightly more. So it is possible there are multiple entrances to this cave system.
That doesn't make me feel great.
But like this entrance looks like a tight squeeze. Like dragon
yeah,
squeeze.
like
For
it
us.
that is a squeeze for Elizabeth to get through. Possibly not Grim, but for Elizabeth definitely. Well, actually no, probably for Grim as well
was gonna
because you're in
say.
plate.
Oh,
I mean, also, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I'm taller, but like, I'm skinny. Well,
Yes,
I'm not that heavy for this tall.
but it is small height as well as small width.
Yeah, that
So
makes more
basically, I would never be able to get through that unless I teleported through.
On hands and knees, you could.
Oh, okay.
Kelariis
God, I would just be
bro.
like, you would just hear the awful scraping of plate against a rock while I
Yeah.
squeeze through there.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Arya, as you head this way, there's more fallen stalactites here.
but yeah, that's. I think that like keep that in mind if we need to evacuate someone.
Evacuate.
just shove them
Jeez.
back there where the dragon can't reach them.
Yeah. Well, I'm mainly thinking about Fasira here.
You know, we probably should have said like an alarm at the front bit. Now that I'm
Ah.
thinking about it, but it's too late now.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
mean,
never
we
got
would have
around
to
to
stand
that.
there for 10 minutes while I cast the spell. But I suppose it's probably worth it.
I mean, considering we right now don't know if the dragon comes down here,
I mean,
may
we
have
can
been
head.
worth
We could
it.
head back.
Well, let's. I feel like I think we'll notice. It wasn't too quiet the first time. Only when it's flying, it's silent.
Is this anything specific up here?
Give me a perception check. It's going to be difficult to see with your just your dark vision.
Sure.
Okay, so ahead of you is like an ice crystal cluster that appears almost like decoratively placed within the cave. And like peering through the darkness, you can see a faint humanoid shape that, as your eyes focus and adjust to the blurriness of the ice, appears to be a flash frozen blue dragonborn.
Oh, so they're in the ice.
Yes.
Well, fucking rip, I guess.
They are almost certainly dead, but
So it's not like one of those things where it's like when we kill the dragon, everything's gonna thaw out and he'll just somehow be alive, and it turns out he's been here
No.
for 2 centuries.
no.
Okay, good.
That was
I
only
repeat my
Krisinga.
statement of fucking rip.
Yes, he is almost
Yeah.
certainly dead.
However, chromat or other
Blue,
It's
so
blue.
chromat.
blue chromat, yeah. Name tags.
Judging by his armor and appearance, he does bear some resemblance to the chromatic soldiers that you saw previously.
Yeah, that's what I was
Hmm.
thinking.
Yeah, he may be a
recent
patrol
acquisition.
member.
Rip.
Like what I was thinking, did we notice any of the others having like tags or some kind of identifier?
I guess give me an intelligence roll.
I guess it might be too fancy for their situation. Just flat intelligence.
Just flat intelligence. No. Okay. You did not see any identifying markings on them.
Keep on moving. Then I guess maybe we should have a closer look at it.
So
Oh.
that's a skull right there.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, I would say, Arya, from where you're standing, just around the corner on the edges of your dark vision, you can see a large draconic skull.
Oh no.
Give me a perception check as you creep closer.
Is this the daddy or the mommy? I don't fucking know, do I?
You do not know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a skull.
Oh, yep, that sure do be a skull.
Yeah.
So we can walk across the ice. It's just a little
It just slows you down. Yeah.
Yeah,
So everybody make me a perception check now as you approach.
yeah, it's
Oh,
just
no.
initiate shuffle.
And everyone just like stay where you are and make me a perception check.
Me included again, or
No, I say your perception check stands.
okay.
I would assume sentence word.
Thasira can make
Thasira
one
as
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say words for a second.
Okay. So I guess I will whisper this to you, Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Wait, I don't think I could even have succeeded. In that case.
Oh yeah, you would have had to get like a nat 20.
Yeah. But even then, I wouldn't even have made it technically.
Oh yeah, if you'd only have a 19. Oh, I don't know, maybe 19 is a pass. You never know.
Just less likely.
What is your reaction to that?
She probably just like raises one hand and is staring at it, slightly scared.
Okay, who are you raising the hand to? Like your companions?
I guess yeah, like the hand that she's got that's holding a dagger, just like, you know when like.
Oh yeah, like the
Signal, like the army signal.
Yeah, you mimics like the halt signal that Grim often does. So the rest of you, like Elizabeth pauses suddenly and then just like holds up a hand for everybody to halt.
Also, she looks visibly terrified.
Okay, she looks visibly terrified.
Because why wouldn't she?
Why? What's going on?
We're not alone.
We're not alone.
A voice comes back in a low booming but perfectly understandable common that just says, "No, you are not."
Ah!
And with a thud dropping from the ceiling,
Oh my fucking god!
I
It
can't see
is
shit.
Mommy.
How did
Mommy!
How did I see that? I can't even see her now.
Mommy's humongous.
Yeah, I can only fucking imagine.
Yeah, it takes a couple of steps forwards into the torchlight.
Oh, it's the blue eyes white dragon.
It's Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Shit.
You've activated the trap card. No.
I'm only Dark Magician Girl. I don't have enough attack points for this.
She big.
No, I'm not
She
dark. I'm
big.
kidding.
Yeah, the large white dragon like begins to just sort of lumber towards you.
How
And
is this white dragon looking, considering the state of her child?
uh,
You don't know if it's.
give me a everybody give me a nature roll, I guess. Because some things about this are obvious and some things are less obvious.
Oh, I fucking nailed it.
Fucking rip me, I guess.
Oh, it's Kelariis.
Look, I have nothing
Yep.
when it comes to that.
What's his knowledge?
Yeah. Okay. So, to all of you, this creature is also visibly sort of like visibly thin. Like this creature must be a similar size to the ancient green dragon that you fought previously. But this one is a lot slimmer and looks a lot less healthy. Although it looks to have like the scales are equally hardy, and the from its overall appearance, it appears to be like generally like free of wounds or injuries, with the exception of its wings, which it does not have.
Oh.
It like existing just below what presumably the shoulder blades for its front legs are two scarred nubs, where the wing bones perhaps once were. But it is clear that these the wings have been missing for a very long time. And as it stands over the like the patch of ice in front of you and the skeleton next to it, the skeleton next to it is of a similar size, if not slightly larger, but also appears to be missing any wing bones.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
Which Grim and Elizabeth would note. The dragon lumbers forward into the torchlight, like adopting like a predatory stance over you. Tallithsyr behind you, Kelariis, just sort of like is hand on blade, but is sort of like stepping backwards away from this giant creature.
Understandable.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly.
The dragon like sort of considers you all for a moment and just sort of says, "Intruders, invaders, but not what I would expect. If you have come here to pillage my hoard, you will be disappointed, I think."
Well, like as I guess I'll step behind from the rock. From behind the rock, yeah.
Yep.
It. Well, we have not come for a horde, nor have we come to slay a dragon. We've come here because what I could only presume is your offspring has been causing trouble, and we were wondering if perhaps some kind of solution could be found.
As you sort of like begin this explanation, the dragon regards you with a curious look in its eye. It sort of like watches you approach, like takes in your confident gait, and then sort of like paces like back and forth a little, like sort of keeping you at a distance. Like you're reminded of like duelists or fencers, like keeping within like sword range, but just outside of each other's like reach. It postures with you as you sort of walk. And it takes a couple of steps back and forth and just sort of says, my offspring, as you say, causing trouble.
Well, people, people going missing, that kind of thing. Although, admittedly, it doesn't seem to have been too very severe trouble for the most part. But trouble is trouble nonetheless. I assume they've been trying to scavenge food for the both of you.
Perceptibly noticed. My son hunts only within the mountains, however, so I fail to see how it is that it concerns your kind.
People have started living in the mountains?
Well, it would probably be more accurate to say that the species have grown closer over time, and instead of our kind, or even though our kind isn't originally from there, we are still willing to aid those that do live in the mountains.
So you are meddlers, then?
Yes.
Well, we try and solve problems through various means, and considering you're not the first case of a dragon, we might give it a go. We learned dragons can be quite. They can be negotiated with. They're a clever bunch.
Also, I want to stand back a little bit.
Give me...
Ferrous is like, are you trying to intimidate
Yeah,
this dragon?
No,
it's the perfect mix of intimidation and persuasion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know what that was supposed to be.
Oh.
Also, I don't know if Arya wants to move.
Gi-
I
give-
don't know if moving would be a good.
Its vision is based on movement.
It is.
Give me just a straight charisma roll.
Well,
no.
that is the same as a persuasion roll. No, you know what? I feel like I'm just, you know what? Like just a little luck. Maybe.
Okay.
A little luck.
Yeah, Grim.
A little luck.
That luck coming in clutch, though.
A little luck.
Much.
Like the dragon might be in a good mood. I don't know.
I don't think I'd be in a good mood in this situation.
I mean, okay, to be fair, though, considering this dragon did not immediately just drop on top of
Yeah.
our heads and, like, fucking destroy us, we're not in the worst position we could be right now.
Yeah, like
I
this dragon
guess.
could have just blasted us with frost breath, and we would be in a very bad way.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, Arya, with your hunting senses, this thing is like its approach to you is definitely not friendly. It is definitely predatory in nature, and it is currently just sizing you up essentially.
Right.
It-
That's
it-
why Arya's not really moving.
It's-
'cause she
it's
doesn't
in-
want to...
its intent towards you is
Yes.
definitely not friendly currently. But yeah, Grim, you sort of you engage with the dragon. And the dragon like looks at you, like shows like rows of incredibly sharp teeth, and just says, "You speak with the silver tongue I have come to expect from your kin. But yes, we can be bargained with. Though I would question what exactly it is you can bring to my table."
Well, I'd say in this case, food would be a good starter.
Go on.
I'm not sure what it is you're seeking yet, so I'm not sure what to offer. Besides, well, food was, of course, a clear issue. I'm not familiar what your kind desires necessarily beyond the occasional treasure and a meal.
Then perhaps I can enlighten you. A long time ago, before your kind built your homes and your empires, my mate and I ruled this domain. All of these mountains. We were loyal denizens of an empire that spanned for generations. And then, one day, we were betrayed. Rewarded for our commitment to a grand empire with betrayal, ridicule, humiliation, and finally imprisonment. I lost everything I had ever held important. Until one day I woke up in a frozen tomb. So, color my surprise when your kin wander in here and expect bartering for favors.
It's been many generations, and quite frankly, until very recently, dragons were considered a myth. The times of the betrayal are times that we are not really familiar with, and have faded from our history books.
Speaking of history books,
The dragon looks across to where Kelariis and Tallithsyr are standing, and just address the two of you directly, and just say, "No doubt you're doing."
LOL.
Do I know what the dragon is probably referring to?
They are insinuating, presumably, that the Dragonborn have served to eclipse the myth of the dragons, which is kind of true.
Okay.
The Dragonborn are the reason that dragons are myth, because they have venerated and worshipped them as these figures of power. Your clan names come from originally came from the ancient draconic bloodline that you came from, So it has been like romanticized and mythicized from your general culture. But yeah, like you're not directly responsible for them becoming myth.
Yeah.
Like you didn't kill them off. Although she is possibly also referencing the fact that if the stories are to be believed, that yes, the Dragonborn did play a part in repressing the dragons. But at that point, that's just speculation.
Yeah.
I mean, also at this point, Elizabeth probably has like racking her brain for empires in this ancient empires in this area that could possibly be what the dragon's referring to. I don't know if she'd have read anything like that.
I will say, without even a history roll, you do not know to which empire they are referring. I mean, there is a dragonborn empire, but if this dragon has been imprisoned for thousands of years, the dragonborn imperium didn't really exist then. So you are at a loss as to what they are referring to.
So basically, I can't think of any other empires in this area.
Even with your extensive knowledge and research, you have never heard of it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, excellent.
Is that something that would have been passed down in like Dragonborn culture, even in just like myths and stories that were told?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
It is
way far gone.
Potentially even more ancient than your myths and legends.
That's really fucking old, probably.
Mm.
Did they take your wings?
Are you addressing that to the dragon?
I am addressing the dragon.
The dragon's attention snaps immediately to you.
Please don't.
Arya got balls of steel to ask that question so bluntly.
I was wondering.
The dragon like leans down until its like snout is like probably like maybe 10 feet from you, and like looks you in the eyes. It's just very intimidating.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, checks out.
Like considers you for a moment and says, "I suppose I would not expect Eladrin to know these things."
What's wrong with being a ladron?
It's also weird that the dragon refers to you as that rather than elf.
Mm.
That is interesting.
This dragon is. Oh, this dragon does a lot.
Yeah.
Well, the elves did come after the Eladrin. That's what I will say.
Oh shit.
This dragon's so old that they're before the elves.
Have you met some of my kind before?
In passing.
Fascinating. I don't say that, but
Elizabeth really doesn't know whether to be fascinated or confused or terrified. Maybe both.
I mean, it hasn't eaten us yet.
Tell me.
Like it's definitely like what good would it do if it ate us now?
Yeah, the dragon just says, "Tell me. What do your myths say of my kind?"
I guess that's more Kelariis' area of expertise. So.
What do our myths say?
Well, so
I mean,
you considering this is like your like this is your like your primary religion in your society is based on this. This is probably information that you know, but you know essentially that like once upon a time the dragons all lived in harmony under their king and queen Bahamut and Tiamat. Up until the evil deity Bane whispered in Tiamat's ear and basically told Tiamat that she should seize power, overthrow Bahamut, and basically take over rulership of the dragons. At which point, Tiamat struck Bahamut, and there was a great conflict among the dragons. Finally, Bahamut managed to strike down and subdue Tiamat. And only to find out that Dragon Society had basically been decimated by the conflict. So Bahamut basically said, "From our fallen scales, let the Dragonborn rise." And the Dragonborn were created from the fallen scales that had littered the battlefield. And then as Tiamat was retreating from the battle, she basically saw what Bahamut did and said, "I'm not prepared to give up this conflict. I too will do the same," and brought the chromatics to life. And that is what you know, basically. That is the story that you were all told as children of the dragons.
Yeah. Okay. I had vague memories of this, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't forgetting something.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I tell a shortened version of that essentially.
Okay.
Because I imagine that this dragon doesn't need all of the long form stories that we were told.
Yeah.
It wants the quick summary.
Probably.
But I probably followed up with, but these are told as stories and myths of our history. None of us are told how much of it is truth versus legend, I guess.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Does the dragon believe you that those are the legends? Because that's dumb as
More
hell.
accurately, does the dragon get pissed off by this legend?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Shit!
I was like,
Arya.
you said persuasion. I was like, wait, I might be able to do this because I'm kind of persuasive.
Okay.
You had a little bit of confidence, and then wham, 29.
So, the dragon turns to you while you tell the story, listens, and there is there is almost a visible look of frustration on the dragon's face as you're telling this story. Meanwhile, everybody else make me a perception roll.
Perception.
Wow, that's really not great. Oh wow.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I guess the Tallithsyr should probably roll just in case. Hold
Tallithsyr can roll as well, yeah.
Can I use my
really
passive
suck
perception?
ass
at
Because it's
perception.
better.
You cannot roll. You cannot use your passive perception.
God damn.
This is to represent you just looking around and being on guard, or being actively alert.
I guess Elizabeth's a bit distracted by the giant white dragon in front of us.
Yes, pretty much. That is the situation. Yeah, so the dragon listens to this. There is a look of annoyance on the dragon's face as you continue to tell the story, and then the dragon just sort of says, "That is, I suppose, at its core, at least loosely correct, though no doubt twisted to serve the metallic's purpose. To hear you speak of such figures without using their titles even is insulting. But I suppose it cannot be expected of you to know proper form."
Then if I may be so bold to ask, what is it that you would say of the history? My understanding is that you were there for part, if not all of it.
I stood by the Grand Queen Tiamat's side for many years. I supported her when she first made her strides against Bahamut. Though the dark whispers did not come for many years until afterwards. At first, it was a war for our own survival. Bahamut did nothing as... And she, like, gestures with an open claw to Grim, Arya, and Elizabeth as she says this next part. As the other races invaded our dominion, consumed our feeding grounds, our nesting grounds, and Bahamut did nothing. And at first, we pleaded with him, requesting him to see the risks, but his obsession was with one of perpetuating this peace that he had so carefully crafted. He did not see the dangers to our very way of life, and so something had to be done. But when Tiamat turned on the metallics as a whole, my mate and I did not stand for it. We had no desire to see our kin butchered. We wanted a unified race, one that could stand against the invaders. Do you know what we got for that?
I do not know. But if I had to guess, it is the betrayal that you spoke of.
Tiamat herself docked us of our wings. The ultimate humiliation. And, like, as the dragon is, like, standing in front of you, the ice underneath her claws is, like, visibly cracking as there is pressure being applied to it. And considering this is several inches thick, that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, okay.
Fear levels rising.
It's fine, you can't be scared while I'm still conscious.
Oh, I can't.
You can't be paralyzed by fear, yes.
Yeah. I can't be terrified, I can still be fucking scared.
Yeah.
I know, it was just a joke.
But yeah, like, the dragon continues and sort of says, and after we gathered ourselves in our humiliation, the war was lost, and Bahamut and his kin saw fit that we, as accessories to this betrayal that he saw, should be imprisoned. My mate, myself, and even our entire brood. And she, she huffs, and there is, like, a visible, like, exhalation of, like, frigid air that, like, crystallizes across the ice as she does so. And she says, that is the mythology that you speak. And so imagine my surprise when, after 1,000 After 1,000 years have passed, I find myself in this frozen tomb.
Was this not where you were imprisoned then, or?
Like, the dragon, like, looks back at you and says, of course it is where we were imprisoned. But I was expecting to return to a kingdom victorious, not this. And it, like, she just, like shatters the crystallization that she's just created with, like, a backhand swing, sending, like, ice shards shattering across the chamber.
Do you have any idea what woke you up?
The dragon sort of like leans down and just says, No.
Also, yeah. Thinking of it, like, because we could tell in the Green Dragon's lair that it was, well, definitely not the material plane.
Yes.
Can we tell here if it's the material plane or not?
No, this is definitely the material plane.
Oh, okay.
Give me an Arcana check, Elizabeth. Okay. So yeah, but by the way that this, by the way that you don't feel anything here, it is possible that the magic that created the plane has collapsed and collapsed a long time ago. If you're not able to pick up anything further.
Wow. I guess now that we've had a short history lesson, I'm still curious as to what we could do, or like what you would like us to do for you.
You have still not made it clear precisely what it is that you want.
Well, we'd like to stop. We'd like to stop the local civilizations, as I'll call them, from being harassed. And I assume in exchange we're gonna have to offer something that will be more of a not a one-time deal, but a more like a tithe kind of suggestion.
You have seen the situation that we find ourselves in. This is our hunting ground, and we cannot leave it.
No. But if you were provided with food, the hunt would no longer be necessary. Although, even then, if you could find a way to avoid certain people, or at least not at least refrain from killing those people. That would be like a major accomplishment. Admittedly, it would be your son, I believe you said. That would be affected. However, I assume you speak for him as well.
He has a name.
Oh yeah. I didn't ask names.
Then
If we are to
perhaps-
conduct business, then we must establish the proper terms.
Yes, of course. An exchange of names would certainly do well in this situation.
Let me begin. I'm Quagrim Daemaris.
That is your full title?
Well, I that is the title I'm usually addressed by. My full title is Dorvis Quagrim Elkrin Froshier Ereverax Daemaris, the leader of the Grand Amber Eagle, Guild of Tactical Solutions and Interventions.
Fuck's sake.
I forgot about the guild title part.
Yeah, it's his title.
I know, but I forgot about the guild bit.
Look, I don't do that often.
So you are a leader of soldiers.
That I am. However, brute force is not always the way of things.
You may address me as Isolith, the Black Frost.
The Black Frost. That's a
Honestly,
dope-ass
though,
name.
good name, good title.
Yeah, that's
Real
badass.
fucking good.
Great name.
I was about to make an edgy joke, but honestly, that's just cool.
At this point, like she gestures outwards, and from the ceiling, like behind you and to your left, the dragon that attacked you previously scuttles along the roof and onto the stalactite in the center.
He's so small compared to.
He is so much smaller compared to his.
He is still
Yeah,
he is
he's so
still
much bigger than
15
us.
foot long.
Yeah, like he's still big, but like looking at him next to his, I think mom, maybe
Parent?
parent is
Question
tiny.
Mother is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Not that you can really tell, but
Yeah.
No.
Stick gender neutral terms if unsure.
yeah, like the dragon gestures out with the claw. The smaller dragon like scuttles forward and like hangs from the stalactite. Gestures out to the dragon and says, "This is my son, Kanos Moonshadow."
Moon Shadow.
Moonshadow. That's also very good.
I'm
Excuse
loving
me,
this
Ferrous,
name.
can we have the names typed out, please?
You
Yeah,
can,
please.
yes.
Well,
Thank
time
you.
to see how far off I was. I was
Should we introduce
way.
ourselves too, I guess?
Oh, there should be a W on the end of that, but
Well, actually, it was only one letter off.
To be fair, Moonshadow without a W is still cool.
But that's like supremely edgy.
Yeah, it's pretty edgy.
Yeah.
well, you get the
Like,
feeling that it is
much.
he chose it because he hunts at night.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it makes sense, but like if you don't have the W at the end, then it's just edgy.
Yeah.
The W is the DM mistyped it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, she pauses and she says, when it comes to titles, I was the mate of Krylos, Lord of Gyridian. Though I suppose that means little to you these days.
Unfortunately, so.
A shame.
Can we also have that written just so I can have it in my notes?
Historical records are unfortunately few,
Thank you.
given how long it has been.
So then, Quagrim Daemaris of the Amber Eagle, what would you offer to... yeah, hang on. Yeah, what would you offer to... What would you offer to us for permission to use our hunting grounds? What tithe can your kin offer?
Well, I think for starters, we would be looking at, well, like sufficient food to sustain the both of you, and of course, it would be a two-way deal. Like, you don't attack our people, we don't attack you two. That is always a important thing to make clear. What else would you be interested in? I assume you're interested in gold of jewelry and that kind of stuff.
Do not insult me, gnome.
I do not know much about dragons, therefore you're gonna have to
Then allow me to give you an important life lesson. A dragon builds its own hoard through conquest and victories. We do not gift gold or accept gifts of it. We take it.
That is my bad. That was merely from our previous encounter, a dragon who had was somewhat forcibly locked up with a treasure. I was not made aware. And then if things work out, I believe you might be interested in getting out of here at some point. As in an opening, so you yourself can roam the surface.
That is something that I desire, yes.
I would also like to offer, though I cannot guarantee that it will be spread particularly far, that I would tell your side of the story as well. Or, sorry, your side of history is how Kelariis would have worded it.
The dragon sort of like looks across at you again and sort of says, "If all is well, then I would have the option to do that myself."
I don't know how many people would want to talk to a dragon.
Probably more than you think.
True, but I and my companions, we all travel quite far. To those who are curious, I would be willing to share, is what I'm offering.
I will consider that a perk.
Understood.
So tell me then, do you have the permission of your lord to grant these conditions here and now? Or will there be need for negotiation?
Well, that's a problem.
I will.
I think there.
I do not serve a lord in the Dragonborn Nation anymore. I speak for myself here and now.
However, we do hold quite some sway. Enough to make things go the way we see fit.
If you lay no claim to the domain, then what good is your negotiation on the matter?
You'd be surprised how far you can get with a reputation.
We also, I mean, we hold power and sway with the actual lords. Though this land, who's this land under? Not under anybody, right?
No, it's under the Dragonborn.
It's
This is
technically part of the
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn Empire.
This is
but like the very,
we
very
most
edges of it.
definitely have no jurisdiction here whatsoever.
We have absolutely nothing.
Why do I feel like we're gonna end up fighting the fucking Dragonborn at some point? Like this just seems inevitable.
Because
Well-
we keep trying to help people who I don't think the Dragonborn Imperium wants
Well,
helped.
let's see how this works out first.
Yeah.
just checking. Are you sure you want to lie to a dragon?
I'm not lying.
No, I'm
No,
not
no,
asking
like,
you.
We are saying,
Oh.
yeah. At this point, Elizabeth's
Well,
gonna...
I'd say it's not so much lying as not being certain of where you stand yet.
Okay.
As in, like,
It is debatable if the dragon will see it that way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Elizabeth's gonna
yeah, but like if it
clarify
goes,
because lying to a dragon seems
see,
especially this dragon.
like here's how it is. If the dragon doesn't like it, like if we don't accept it, we're probably gonna end up fighting it. If it doesn't agree for some other reason, we're probably gonna end up. Basically, it almost always ends us fighting it somehow.
I don't want to fight it.
Yeah, I'd rather
Unless-
not.
Like unless we offer it like a ton of stuff, which
I mean,
we could have Kelariis summon food immediately just to like sort of.
I
don't
don't
think
know
it
if I have
help.
that prepped. But also,
Oh.
I don't think that's necessarily. Oh no, I do have it prepped. But like, I don't think that that's particularly. I mean, I guess that's something,
I mean, it
but
feeds
it's not
5
tasty.
large- also, yeah,
Well,
it
at
tastes
this
of
point,
nothing,
I
but
think
it
they're
feeds.
starving. So.
Also, it feeds 5 large creatures. Even the baby is significantly bigger than large.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
well,
like
Fun
I'm sure-
story. I can cast it more than once.
True,
Also-
Cast
true.
a couple times.
I take some food over no food.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
Even if it's like tasteless, I mean, it's
Also,
still
I like.
nutritious.
I'm now internally like,
nutritional.
out of character. I am now thinking like, what if we just give them the mountains back?
That's also crossed my mind.
Yeah, but like
'Cause
You
Their land, but we don't have that jurisdiction.
you don't have that jurisdiction. Also, how are you going to
Also-
get the dragon out of the mountain?
also the mountains are probably a lot bigger area than you're thinking potentially. Just think
Yeah.
about the hunting grounds of the other dragon, which was
Yeah,
significant.
allow me to take you to the
'Cause,
world
yeah,
map
like,
very briefly.
I don't think she means just this one mountain range.
No, I'm guessing it's like the entire stretch.
But if we sent them further north, like,
So-
surely no one up there.
Considering the green dragon, let me draw this in green, hunted, like, oh, that's way too big, but hunted, like, here, your
Yeah.
white dragon is going to want to hunt here.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
What if we sent her up here to the frozen north, though?
And just tell the dragon to go move it
That's-
without wings.
Yeah, that's a long
that's
journey
true.
for no ring.
Fuck.
And that's going through a lot of civilization.
Yeah.
All the human kingdoms and the elven
That's
ones.
probably a bit large. Like,
Oh, we. No, could you imagine? We work
Here.
out the deal with the Chromats. Like, better idea. We give you a dragon. You just have to smuggle it on a ship.
Oh my God.
That's an
If
awful
Okay,
idea.
here's the thing. If we really wanted to pursue the hey, let's get them. Well, the thing is I don't think that she's going to want to leave what she sees as her ground, like hunting grounds and her
Yeah.
territory.
And the land of her
Um,
mate.
But if we did somehow manage to convince that, is teleportation not an option?
Could we teleport a
think-
dragon?
I don't see why not, right?
I think.
Like, obviously,
so,
we'd have to
actually.
get up there to have you familiar enough with the
does-
area.
May,
to have
may,
that
maybe
work.
we should have this negotiation in
Yeah.
character.
Okay.
I
yeah.
think, like, it's
because
very
because
important.
Elizabeth's because yeah,
as to
Elizabeth's
how
gonna
it's said.
say Elizabeth's actually like gonna genuinely say, unfortunately, this area is currently under the, or at least the Dragonborn Imperium has laid claim to it, and we are not affiliated or under their command or protection.
So you are saying to me that all you have done in coming here is waste my time?
Well, if that were the case, then we wouldn't show up without any power. Besides, although I will admit, like, we're not exactly afraid of dragon, wouldn't be the first one that we faced, but
We are.
Make me an intimidation roll.
Oh,
Well,
he's
God.
not lying. I mean, he's being truthful.
yeah,
yeah,
but like
that's
it's,
I mean,
not-
intimidation doesn't require you to lie.
yeah.
that is
That
very
would
true.
be, yeah, that would be deception. It is intimidation because you have made a direct threat.
Yeah, that is straight
Wow,
up
that is not awful.
That's really good, actually.
Like the dragon like looks down at you and says, "As well as that may be the case, I could ensure that this one would be your last."
Regardless, we do still hold power and influence in our own ways, and are willing to make attempts to help.
The dragon like turns back to you, Elizabeth, and just sort of says, "If you have no powers of negotiation within the people who lay claim to this dominion, what exactly can you offer?"
Well, I think we should clear up that somebody here, Elizabeth, is speaking beyond her current knowledge. But that is a mistake that can happen. However, it is not a lie that it is that it is tricky for us to pull off. I guess part of the question is, if you would be willing to make it more convenient, how attached are you to this place?
The dragon like gives you a long look and just sort of says, "What exactly do you mean? Speak plainly."
Well, we're considering we're moving a group of people anyway and looking for a new home for them. As perhaps a dragon like yourself might be interested in a similar solution. As I know that as I'm pretty certain that there are areas that aren't inhabited and probably will not be inhabited, yet should still support should still have wildlife that could support a dragon, perhaps.
If you are asking if I will leave my domain, the answer is no.
Oh, damn it.
Well, that was worth a shot. Perhaps we should take a second to consider.
I grow tired of this pointless negotiation.
It's not like you have much else to do now, do you?
Graham.
I can think of a few ways that would be more interesting to pass the time.
Arya regrets being in front.
At this point, I think
Yes. Well, we will deliberate as to some additional things we might be able to do in a yes.
now that we have more information on the specifics of this situation, we can discuss better how to be more efficient in our discussions with you.
This dragon's gonna fucking eat us.
Yeah, like
Go
At which point
and
Elizabeth's going to, at which point Elizabeth's going to walk here, stand in front of Grim, and like turn as if to be like walking away.
you like
go and do not bother me until you have something to offer.
yeah. Well, let's head over this way, I guess.
Come on, Arya. We're leaving.
Please let me select.
Shall we head into the safe cave?
Uh, those of you who are at the back, you watch as the smaller dragon basically like clambers along the wall and just follows you and just watches you.
Yeah,
That's
that makes
fair.
sense.
I mean, yeah.
I guess
fair
we
enough.
should leave the cave completely.
Kind of Moon Shadow. Do you want us to leave, or are we all right? Deliberating in a other corner of the cave.
It's rather echoey in here.
The younger dragon like considers you for a moment and says, "Wherever you go, I will observe."
You know what? That's fine.
But yeah, I think we should go outside.
But that's like the whole track back has got to be a lot of effort.
Yeah, well, I will point out, if you go into, like, up here, he physically cannot follow you, and you can just sit in a
Oh,
cavern.
yeah, that is true. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
You don't have to go all the way out if you want privacy.
true.
Yeah, that was what I initially was suggesting that we go.
Oh, okay. I guess,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
we got that.
yeah, we'll go to our little corner, I guess.
I mean, there's no point in going there tile by tile.
Yeah, that's also true. Although, yeah,
Whoop.
Yeah, you can just drag and drop.
there we go.
Over here now.
See.
Oh, sorry. Over here,
No.
Kelariis.
No.
There you go.
I was trying to drag, and it wasn't selecting both, and I was like, I can't help.
No,
It's
Okay,
fine, I figured it out.
and with that, I think we'll take a short break.
Okay.
good plan.